Hey friends, I'm back with another video. Here I am with Fezzelwhig in his home city of Cannon, and I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about parcels and the parcel system and how to use it, and I also want to talk about bags and containers. I figured, hey, parcels are packages, and bags and containers, well, that's where packages come in sometimes, at least when you receive them in the mail and stuff. So I figured they would go good together, and that way the video is a little longer than just 5 minutes long. So let's go. It looks like I actually have a parcel in my window here. So if you don't know, with Everquest these days, you could send parcels. This has been around for many years now, but there have been a few returning players who aren't quite aware how it works or how to use it. And they've asked me questions, and I thought, hey, let's include it in a video. And I think I've done this before, but hey, why not? Let's do it in a video that's on the Teak server. So if you're a gnome like me, you're going to want to find this guy here in the bank. He's a clockwork who does parcels and noble exchange. If you're in some other city, you can usually find the parcels guy by clicking on the find tool. So if you're familiar with this window here, I usually keep it down in the corner, which is hidden by my image. So that's why I'm moving it up here. And you click on find, this window opens up. And if you look at banker, a lot of times parcels guys are located very close to the banker. So you can always look for the banker first and then try to find the parcels guy. But here we go. It says parcels and noble exchange. So you would click on that. And because I'm right here, he kind of lit up. So let's back up a little bit and try it again. And it should show a trail that leads me to him. Of course, you know, this can work better if it's being done across the zone. And sometimes it might not show the trail right away. Okay, see, there you go. You could see the trail. It's very, very faint. I don't know if you'll be able to see it here because it's so faint. So let's try it out in the hallway here real quick. I really want you guys to see this. And I kind of feel, oh, there we go. You could see it a lot clearer now, you know. It's so light and pale, and it just kind of, you know, disappears as you follow it. And sometimes it disappears into the wall or it goes up into the ceiling. So you kind of have to also check your map. Because if you open up your map, you'll see a red X in the place where it's marked. And there you go. There's the guy. So enough of that. The find tool could be used for a lot of other things too. So check that out. It could find a lot of NPCs for you. If you're grouped with somebody, it can even find a group member as long as they're within the same zone as you are. So it's super, super helpful. It lets you track even though you're not a ranger. So here's the parcels guy. Right click on him. Click on the parcels tab. For those of you who might forget or are unaware, yes, there are tabs in the merchants now. So there's purchase and sell. There's recover for, I think you can recover some items that you've maybe either destroyed or gotten rid of. I don't know. And you can also go over here to the parcels. And you see some of my guildies have sent me things like zombie skin and rusty swords, rat ears, because rat ears are very useful in making things. So you just click retrieve or retrieve all and see everything that was in there. It's now in my bags, okay? And you gotta watch out too, because I do have weight reduction boxes here. But if something is very, very heavy, it might weigh you down quite a bit. Now, you might ask, how do we parcel something? How do I send something to someone else? You have an alternate character who is on a different account, because remember this too. If you have another character, right? Maybe you have a gnome mage and then you have a halfling rogue or something who's located on the other side of the world, right? In Rivervale, and I'm over here in Fedor in a cannon. So you can click on a banker, you can open up the shared bank, and you can always put some things in the shared bank. And then when you log on to that other character, this is if they're on the same account, okay? Same account. So I have Fezzelwhig, and let's say I have Bob, and Bob is my halfling rogue, and he's on the same account. So I can put it in the shared bank, close it, log out, log in Bob, and then I can open the shared bank, and it will be there. Okay, so that is one way to send things to other characters. But if it's on a different account, if it's a friend, something like that, you're gonna... Let me fix this. My pet is blocking the parcels guy, and I don't like to do that because I hate it when people do it to me. It's not okay. So if you're a player and you see my video, think about that. Think about other players and try to avoid blocking the parcels guy. You can always click on them from a little bit of a distance, like up here. That way everybody has an opportunity to click on the parcels guy. So let's say I want to send something. Maybe I want to send some white wine to my enchanter, okay? And my enchanter is on a different account. So I would just left click on the white wine in my inventory. I would go down here, and remember, we're in the parcels tab here, right? Of the parcels guy. And I go over here and I just send, I type the name. Who does it go to? And it goes to Fezzelwhig. So let's try to hit send. And there we go. And you usually get a confirmation message. It's right here, actually. Mine goes in, it's in purple. And it's the clockwork. And he says, I will deliver the white wine to Fezzelwhig as soon as possible. And if I log in Fezzelwhig, it will already be there. You don't have to be logged in to receive a parcel. It will appear just as it did for me. As you saw when I logged in or started the video, I had a little parcel icon there, right? And I think I can even do an example where I send it to myself. So you can see here, if I type Fezzelwhig and I hit send, see, it appears. And I have the little parcel icon right there, all right? And again, I can left click on a single item and hit retrieve. Or I can left click and hit retrieve all if there's a number of items, and it will all go into my inventory. So I think that about sums it up for parcels. There is one other thing. You see this little envelope up here? You have unread mail. So if we want to read mail, we can go here to the EQ button. Okay, in the left corner. That's where I keep mine anyway. Where do you keep yours? Where's your EQ button? And then you can click on mail, or it's Control E, it looks like. So left click on that, and you get this little mailbox. Mailbox. You get, yeah, it's basically a mailbox. And we have here different messages. Subject spam. Okay. So this is from a guildie who said they're wearing cloth, and if I could craft them something, that would be great. I'll have to take a look at that. I don't know when this was sent. It was sent on June 1st. It's June 30th now. I'm very, very bad about checking my mail. And for that, guys, I'm sorry. And then here we go. We got something also just from Teak Fezzelwhig to Teak. And it just says, welcome to level 6. And it just says, you'll lose XP when you die. So you can either leave these in your box, you can delete them, you can hit compose, you can write a mail, an email. So I can write an email to one of my alts or something, like Fezzelwhig. I could type in subject, hey there. I've made a message. I said hey there as the subject title. and I said, would you like to go on a camping holiday with me? And when I'm done with it, I can just hit send. And now when I log into Fezzelwhig, they will also have a little envelope icon that will show they have unread mail, and they can go in their mail box and read things. You can also see here there's a second tab. This has deleted items. You can empty the trash if you want or leave it there. It looks like we have option to reply all, forward, export, report, and click on not spam. So that is the mail system. So we covered that. And now finally, let's talk about bags, right? Containers. And I meant to cover this in my tailoring video, and I failed. I had forgotten to cover it properly. So you can either buy containers from merchants that sell containers. I think there's one in a cannon here, but I'm not sure where. We could probably look at merchants for a while before I find the right one. So I found one, and he's near the ramp. So there's the ramp that leads up to the bank, and there's the trail that leads up to the spell merchants. So he's right here next to Lyra, all right? Actually, it's kind of a she, but I don't know, it's a robot, so, or a clockwork. And they have backpacks, they have belt pouches. So if you need backpacks, belt pouches, they also have a large bag, a large box. So these are containers that you can also get and buy. But there's better. You can actually craft containers as well. And that's what I want to get into with the tailoring kit. So let's open our inventory. We'll open up our tailoring kit. And I'm going to type in bag. And you see here, there's reinforced medicine bag. This is one of the best bags that you can craft in the game at the beginning, because you can have capacity size giant, which means you can even put a two-handed sword in there or a halberd in there and it will fit. It also has a weight reduction of 10%. All you need is a thick grizzly bear skin and a silk cord. So let's start by making silk cords. So of course, you acquire silk by killing spiders and looting the silk. I happen to have some silk in my personal trade depot. The personal trade depot is a feature that you can purchase if you click on the Daybreak store and type in the word trade and hit enter. If you already have the trade skill depot, you'll see that you have available expansion packs that you can get that will add either 10 or 20 additional slots to your trade depot. If you don't already have the trade depot, you'll see it available instead of the expansion slots. It'll say trade skill depot, and then you can left click on that and hit buy now. So to access your trade skill depot at any time from your trade skill container, like I am here, you just have to left click on the button that says personal depot. And while you can't withdraw things from your personal depot while you're running around, you can access it through your trade skill container, which means if I want to make a silk thread right now, I can, because I have a bunch of spiderling silk in my bank. So let's make some. And what we want is 3 of these. So I'm just going to make 3 for now. And there you go. We have 3 and they're in my container here. And then you want to make a silk cord. So if you see here, we got silk cord. We've got silk thread. I actually have a bunch of silk thread in my bank. So let's hit combine. And there we go. See, we have a silk cord. So let's make a few of these, because I want to experiment and show you a few different containers and container sizes that you can make with just using silk thread and animal pelts. So we've got 7. That should be enough. Now I'm actually going to have to head to my bank because I can't seem to find the recipe for these bags. So let me head to the bank here. And anytime you can't find a recipe, you'll actually have to head to a bank. You click on the button that says Trade Skill Depot, and this opens up your Trade Skill Depot. And here you can add or withdraw different items that you've put in there. So we're going to type in the word low to find our low quality pelts. And here we have some low quality cat and low quality bear pelts or bear skins. And that's what we want. So there's skins and pelts. I don't know why one is called a skin, one is called a pelt. It makes no sense to me. I find it very confusing. I wish that they would be a little more consistent, but that's Everquest for you. We also have a couple of thick grizzly bear skins, so I'm going to withdraw both of those. And if you want to withdraw a whole stack, remember, before you left click, press down the shift button and then left click, and that will pull out the whole stack. If you want to pull out a single one, hold control and left click on the item, and you will withdraw a single item from the stack. So we open up our sewing kit, we grab our low quality cat pelt, and we grab a silk cord, we put them together, and here we have a tailored large belt pouch. This has a 10% weight reduction, capacity of 6, capacity size medium. So you can fit medium things on there. The nice thing is that it's fairly light. It's a fairly light bag. It doesn't hold much, but if you have nothing, if you have no bags at all, there you go. You just need a low quality cat pelt and you've made one. Now we got our low quality bear skin. We'll put that in there. Have another silk cord and put that in there too, and that's all you need. So you don't need patterns for these bags. Combine those and we had a failure. And that was the only bear skin I had. Had I succeeded, I would have made a large bag. A large 10% weight reduction bag that would be similar to this one, right? Similar to the pouch, except I could put large items in there instead of just medium. And it would be 10% weight reduction with 6 slots. So we're going to try to make this other item here, where we use a thick grizzly bear skin. These skins are more rare, so I would advise you to wait until you've skilled up to a skill of about 80 before trying this. Otherwise, you'll probably fail every time, and you'll get frustrated because you're wasting all your grizzly skins. So there we go, we succeeded, and we made our reinforced medicine bag. And this is commonly used by shaman to craft their potions, but it doesn't have to be used by a shaman. Anyone can use this as a container. You can't combine anything in it, which is fine, but look, it's a 10 slotted bag with 10% weight reduction. It only weighs 2.5 itself. So you could put a lot of things in there. And again, capacity size giant. So you could put the largest of objects in here and it won't be a problem. You can also use low quality wolf pelts to make some tiny belt pouches or whatever it is. But those are capacity size small, I think. They have a 10% weight reduction, but they only give you 4 slots. So I don't know if it's really worth it. I would rather use my low quality bear pelts to make something like leather padding, because leather padding is also very useful. But I covered that in my tailoring video. So this is mostly just for containers. And I hope this helps you. You can make all these different bags. There is one final thing that we want to craft. And let's break out our sewing kit one more time. And that is a handmade backpack. A handmade backpack is made when you have a high quality bear skin and a backpack pattern. You can buy backpack patterns from most tailoring merchants. I do not currently have a high quality bear skin, but I'll right click on here and you could see the stats of this bag. It is similar to the reinforced medicine bag. However, there are some differences. One, the medicine bag weighs 0.5 less than the handmade backpack. The reinforced medicine bag can store capacity size giant, whereas the backpack can only store capacity size large. They both have a 10% weight reduction. They both have 10 slots. So it's up to you what kind of bag you prefer. There are people out there that may purchase either high quality bear skins from you to make these bags, or they may be willing to purchase handmade backpacks from you, because it's not that easy to find 10 slotted bags on a TLP server right away. So if you get your skill up quick, you can cash in. You can make a bunch of backpacks and sell them. So I hope you find this helpful. This is a varied video, I know, but I thought, hey, parcels and bags, they kind of go hand in hand, right? If you found this video useful and or helpful, please leave it a thumbs up. It would really help me get seen in the algorithm. I'd love to reach more Everquest players. It would be great. If you like what I do here and you'd like to support me and support the channel, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Analytics keeps telling me that only 10% of my viewers are actually subscribed. So what are you waiting for? It's free. Subscribe today. You can also leave a super thanks on the video. A super thanks is like a little donation that says, hey Fez, I found this useful. Thank you for the video. You can also join the channel as a channel member. Channel members get special perks and privileges, like a link to join the private Discord. There's also some member-only content that never gets shown to the general public. If YouTube memberships are not your thing, look at the links below the video for a link to my Patreon. Patreon patrons get similar perks, like a link to join the private Discord. They also get to see all the member-only content, and there's no ads over there on Patreon. I'd like to thank all my current YouTube channel members and Patreon patrons for your continued support of my channel, especially those of you who resubscribe month after month. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. You motivate me to do better, and you support me and the channel. So I thank you very much. And thank you everybody for watching. Have a great day, and as always, a wonderful tomorrow.